ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa, together with members of the National Executive Committee, are visiting the family of Jabu Baloyi, the taxi driver who was last month killed by suspected drug dealers in Soshanguve. Well, for more on this story, we cross to our reporter, Patricia Visagie, who's standing by. Patricia, has the president arrived yet?
Did you find parking? I can't hear a word.
Oh, dear. All right. Unfortunately, Patricia can't hear us. Patricia, can you hear me? It's Nompu from studio.
Certainly, the president has arrived. He is inside, of course, meeting with the family of the slain taxi driver, Jabu Baloyi. And, of course, he is joined by the SG of the ANC and the deputy SG, as, of course, the top six have descended here in Soshanguve to come and sympathize with the Baloyi family following the tragedy. They are meeting with the wife and, of course, the other elders of the Baloyi family. And you can see that it's a hive of activity here at the Baloyi home. We just want to give you a clear picture of the activity that is even outside of the gate. There you can see a lot of ANC members, of course, clad in ANC regalia as they came here in their numbers to come and support and, of course, come and really pay tribute and pour out their sympathies with the family. It is, of course, a gathering that is met with a high police visibility, security being tight. The whole street, of course, a lot of police officers that are here as the president and the SG and deputy SG are here to cry with the Baloyi family. And just in a little while from now, we expect the president to come out. You've just heard the president's spokesperson telling the media that the meeting inside is about to conclude, and thereafter the president and his team will be having a very brief meeting in that garage just in front of us. He will be meeting with the taxi association, some of the taxi leaders, and try and, of course, also speak to them and sympathize with them. As you would know, that the slain taxi driver was, of course, a part of the taxi family, so he's also here to speak to the taxi industry in the area and find out what is it that he, as not just, of course, the president of the ANC, but also the head of state of the country, can do to, of course, just find calm and peace following the spate of sporadic violence that we have seen gripping the country, in particular Gauteng, after Jabu Baloyi was, of course, allegedly gunned down by a foreign national. Now, you would know that the taxi industry took to the streets, in particular in the capital city, in retaliation of Jabu Baloyi's murder, vandalizing, of course, a lot of the foreign national businesses, attacking some of the foreign nationals. But, of course, we have heard the taxi industry coming out very strongly, saying that they never called for the violence. In fact, they condemned the violence, saying they, of course, find it unacceptable that people would go to that extent of course, violating and attacking other people in the name of the taxi industry. So the president coming here today to find out what should be done and how can everybody meet each other so that we can call for calm, because this is a matter that remains sensitive in the country. You would know over the past week we've seen a lot of foreign nationals actually leaving, in particular Nigerian nationals who have left the country, fleeing the spate of violence. A clear reflection that the sensitivity on the ground remains very concerning with this particular matter. Of course, compelling for the president to step in, but the question that many of us ask is, why did it take so long for the president to come to the Baloyi family? And I guess he will give us clarity just a little bit later as to 3 weeks later. It's only now that ANC officials, including him, come to the family to come and pour out their condolences and their sympathies. We'll come back to you a little bit later, Nompu, and give you perhaps that reaction from the president. He will be addressing the media here and give us feedback in terms of how the talks went with the family, and he'll also tell us how the talks would go with the taxi leaders. Is there anything else, Nompu?
Fine. Thank you so much, Patricia, for that report.